This is where everything becomes real. In the last video, we talked about destiny, purpose, and assignment, and how understanding them brings clarity. If you've not watched that video, please go and watch it. Here is the honest truth. It's one thing to understand it. It's another thing to actually know if you are living it, because you can know all the right things and still be out of alignment. And many people today are not struggling because they don't know about purpose. They are struggling because they don't know whether they are on track or not. So in this video, I'm going to show you clear, undeniable signs that reveal when you are walking in your purpose, when you are fulfilling your assignment, when you are heading towards your destiny, and also warning signs so you can recognize early if something is off and correct it. This is not about emotions, it's about spiritual evidence. Let's get into it. Here are signs that you are in your purpose and assignment. When someone is working in God's purpose and assignment, there are clear signs, not just feelings, but direction and fruit. Now, the first sign is alignment with God. In Philippians 2 verse 13, the Bible says, "For it is God which worketh in you, both to will and to do for his good pleasure." This means when you are in your purpose, something begins to change inside you. You begin to notice that you want to please God. Your heart becomes more sensitive to him. You are no longer comfortable living carelessly. It is not about perfection, it is about direction. This is very important because many people think being in purpose means they will never make mistakes, but the real evidence is this: your life is being corrected and shaped by God. Even when you fall, you don't stay there, you realize. Another sign is fruitfulness. In John 15 verse 8, Jesus said, "Herein is my Father glorified, that ye bear much fruit, so shall ye be my disciples." When you are in your assignment, your life produces something meaningful. Fruit can look like people growing because of your life, positive impact on others, visible results from your obedience. And this is important. Fruit is not always money or fame. Sometimes it is character growth, sometimes it is wisdom, sometimes it is influence that changes lives quietly. A life in purpose will always produce something beyond you. Another sign is peace and inner confirmation. In Colossians 3 verse 15, it says, "And let the peace of God rule in your heart." Even when things are not easy, there is a deep inner peace, a quiet confidence that says, "I am where God wants me to be." This doesn't mean life is smooth. It means your spirit is stable, because many people chase opportunities that look good outwardly but feel wrong inwardly. But when you are aligned with purpose, even in difficulty, there is peace. Another sign is growth in obedience. In John 14 verse 15, Jesus said, "If you love me, keep my commandment." When you are walking in purpose, obedience becomes more natural over time, not because life is perfect, but because your heart is aligned. You begin to notice increased sensitivity to sin, a stronger desire to do what is right, decisions that reflect God's standards, not pleasure. Another sign is open doors and divine help. In Revelation 3 verse 8, God said, "I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it." When you are walking in your assignment, God begins to align things around you. You may notice the right opportunities appearing, the right people coming into your life, help showing up at the right time. This does not mean everything becomes easy. It means the right things begin to open without force. Now, here are signs that you are not in your purpose or assignment. These are very important because they help you to correct them early. One major sign is emptiness or dissatisfaction. In Ecclesiastes 1 verse 2, it says, "Vanity upon vanity, said the preacher, vanity upon vanity. All is vanity." This is what life feels like when it is disconnected from God's design. You may achieve things but still feel empty. This is not always sadness. Sometimes it is success without fulfillment, a constant feeling that something is missing. Another sign is confusion and lack of direction. In James 1 verse 8, it says, "A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways." You may feel unsure of your next step, easily distracted, constantly changing direction, because purpose brings clarity, disconnection brings instability. Another sign is repeated effort without meaningful progress. In Haggai 1 verse 6, it says, "Ye have sown much and bring in little, and he that earneth wages to put it into a bag without hold. This is effort without lasting result. Now this is important. Failure alone does not mean you are out of purpose, but when there is consistent effort without real progress over time, it may be a sign of misalignment or wrong timing. Another sign is spiritual dryness. In Psalm 42:1-2 it says, as the hart pants after the water brook, so panteth my heart after thee, O Lord. My soul tastes for thee. When you are disconnected, spiritual things becomes difficult. Prayer feels dry, God feels distant, and this is often an early warning sign, like an alarm telling you something needs attention. Another sign is living only for yourself. In Philippians 2:21 it says, for all seek their own, not the things which are Jesus Christ. When life becomes self-centered, purpose becomes unclear, because true purpose will always point you towards God and towards others. A life without purpose becomes increasingly self-focused. A life in purpose becomes increasingly impact-focused. What kills purpose, assignment, and destiny? Purpose is not usually lost suddenly, it is weakened gradually. Number one is disobedience to God. 1 Samuel 15:22 says, behold, to obey is better than sacrifice. Disobedience disconnects you from direction. It often starts small but grows over time. Sin and compromise. Isaiah 59:2 says, but your iniquity has separated between you and your God. Sin does not remove purpose, but it blocks clarity. Next is pride and self-dependence. Proverbs 16:18 says, pride goeth before destruction. Pride is not always loud. Sometimes it is simply living without depending on God. Distractions and wrong focus. In Luke 10:41-42, Jesus said, Martha, Martha, thou art careful and troubled about many things, but one thing is needful. Not everything good is your assignment. Too many good things can still take you off track. Next is fear and unbelief. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, for God has not given us the spirit of fear. Fear delays action, and delayed obedience can delay destiny. Next is wrong relationships and influence. 1 Corinthians 15:33 says, be not deceived. Evil communication corrupts good manners. Influence shapes thinking. Thinking shapes decision. Decisions shapes destiny. Let's bring it together simply. When you are in purpose, your life aligns with God. You produce fruit. You grow in obedience. You have peace even in challenges. When you are not aligned, you feel confused. You feel empty. You lack direction. Nothing feels stable. And what destroys purpose is anything that disconnects you from God. Purpose is not fragile, but alignment must be protected daily. As long as you stay close to God, your purpose remains clear, your assignment becomes visible, and your destiny unfolds step by step. If this video helped you, don't just watch. Take time to honestly check your life with this sign. And if you realize something is off, don't panic. Realignment is always possible when you return to God. Stay consistent, stay connected, and keep working one step at a time. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification bell if you have, so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. God bless you, and I'll see you again on this space. Bye.